Hello everyone, welcome to CA NAN with Draw With Me, April Fool's Edition. Today we will be drawing a Pokemon trainer and their Pokemon. The trainers will have a style of Pokemon, whether it is their types, such as fire or water, their heights, or attack or defense, or some other type of style, like a color. Because it is so late, I'm sorry I could not get any commercials, nor any real actors, though we might have a guest or two. I hope you enjoy. Let us begin. And now let's draw the Joker in the center of the page. Torso, legs, shoulders, traps, neck. Let's try and have the head tilted a little back, with a big smile on his face. Let's do some hair. Maybe slicked back. The neck, shoulders, the arms, and then shorten the legs a little bit. Now let's block it in. And that's one side. Out, in for the hips area, out a little bit. Curve, and the shins, yes. The thighs, and again the shins. Let's block out the arms a little more, because they are on the belly. One hand, two hands. We can always fix things with an eraser or with whiteout, some kind of white pen. And let's do a suit. There. That side of the suit, let's see. There we go. And let's have that side of the suit, if it will focus, be a little more out for the arms. The pant legs, of course. And there we go. Do we want to give a bow tie, a necktie? Not quite sure yet. How about the eyes, definitely. And somewhat of a nose. Pinocchio, long nose. Yay, how fun. And for the shoes, they obviously go at the feet, at the bottom of the page. One bow, two bows, or loops, however you want to think about it. And there we go. Joker, roughly penciled in. How about some, a bow tie, I'm thinking. There we go. And now time for his Pokemon. Also, spiky hair. Let's make that middle one even taller. Some spikes at the back as well. And I think that's about good enough for Gengar penciling. Watch out, there might be a snake in the grass, because another Pokemon he has is Arbok. And if you did not know, Arbok backwards is pretty much Cobra. Let's start with the head and a nice smile. And there's one side of the hood, and there's the other side of the hood. And pretty much the tail. There we go. And the tail will show a little from the front as well. Let's maybe thicken this part up a little bit. The body. Body, tail, same thing. And now the lower part kind of looks like a smiley face. Let's put his arm back in. And the upper part of the design kind of looks like eyes. One eye and two eyes. It's true eye as well. And you just need to focus on the drawing. Drawing the forked tongue. There we go. Some designs along the body too. Body, tail, however you want to understand it. And there you go. Main character, the Joker. First Pokemon is Gengar, and also has an Arbok. And of course, who does not want to be a macho man? Because another Pokemon of his is Machop that he caught, which fully evolves into a Machamp. That's the shoulders. He's going to be behind the Gengar. One arm up, one arm down, up, and down again. And of course, he's got the smile that the Joker is so fond of. And then the head. I might need to redo this smile, but oh well. There we go. And the head fins, if you want to call it that. 1, 2, 3, and an eye. Macho Man, so he's got macho muscles. Muscle, very muscular. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little note for the fist. 2 fists, 3 fists, 4 fists. The torso big barrel chest for a guy, the pecs, the belt, and the legs. You can't really see this foot because it would be behind the Gengar foot. Kind of like this. Down here. Ah, yes. Finish off with this one. And there you go. Gengar, Arbok, Machamp. Peekaboo, I see you. And for his last Pokemon, with a smiley face, from Gen 1, is Cloyster. Just a round thing. No, let's do the round thing this way. The eyes. And a smiley face. With a little spike coming out the front. An inner shell and an outer shell. This is pretty much how Cloyster looks. With some spikes coming off at the sides. And there you go. Gengar being the first. Arbok, Machamp, and a Cloyster. They're so happy. Look at him smiling and laughing. Who says you need teeth to smile? For his fifth Pokemon, a smiley one, is Wobbuffet. We got the balloonish body here. The squinty eyes, maybe? Here. The no teeth smile, or upper part of the mouth. And the bottom mouth, bottom part of the mouth. The body. There's at least one foot or toe. And the shadow tail. Shadow face tail. 1, 2. And there you go. Wobbuffet, Gengar, Arbok, Machamp, Cloyster, and Wobbuffet. And for the mythical or legendary Pokemon that he is associated with is a very good boy. It's Okie Dokie. I'm sure he hasn't done a bad thing wrong a day in his life. He got the legs, the torso, the shoulders, a little bit of a smile, why not? Come on, there we go. The snout. The eye goes about here. 1 ear. 2 ears. I'm not quite sure what you want to call it. The chain. 1, 2, 3, with 2 little nubs at the end. Big barrel chest. And thick and oval legs and feet. 1 toe, 2 toes. 1 and 2. Tufts of fur at the hips. 1 tuft, 2 tufts. Kind of like a suit jacket as well. 1. And there. And there we go. Bottom of the jacket. And now the arms. Arm. This is like the second arm. Let's make that hand maybe a little bit better. I guess it goes behind the foot then. Okay. Maybe somewhat of a tail at the back. Dogs have tails, why not? And tufts of fur at the shoulders. There you go. Pretty much Okie Dokie. Look at that smile. With the teeth baring. Isn't that fun? Doesn't he look happy? And now it is time to ink. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems like I'm starting with Okie Dokie. Okie Dokie, then. Legs. The waist tufts. The toes. More toes. Shoulder tufts. The suit. Whoops. And some kind of helix. The little nubs at the end. And the donuts. They're donuts, aren't they? He wears donuts. Or she. Tail, arm, and hand. And the other arm, fingers, and there we go. Don't forget to smile. The snout, the eye, and the 2 ears. The head now. The mask, the rest of the suit, and the hips. Okie dokie is done. Okie dokie then. Let's work on Cloyster. The inner shell, the spike, and the oh so smiley face. Peekaboo, I see you. Because it's a shell and it can open and close. And the outer shell and the spikes. One more spike. There we go. How about Wobbuffet next? The teethless smile. And the head, torso, the perhaps squinty eyes, one toe or foot slash leg, and the shadow tail with the eyes on it. Okay then. Time for the cobra. Arbok. That's the tail, the hood, and the head. The true eye. Don't forget about the forked tongue and the smile design on it to show that it's happy. If the smile doesn't say it already, it's happy. The design eyes, and there we go. How about Machamp next? He's a real champ, and also a macho man, with the head fins and the eye. Macho man means muscles. So many muscles. 1, 2 arms. 3 arms. With the hand, of course. 4 arms. And the chest, the pecs, and the barrel chest. Showing that there's a low belt behind. Gengar's tufts of hair. And the big ears. He's smiling and laughing too. With a big smile. And the teeth go right about here. I'm going to say doesn't really matter that much. The legs and feet. And let's finish up with his torso now. Torso, chin, top of the head, and some spikes at the end. Oh, he's got a tail too, doesn't he? And there we go. The eyes. Yes, can't forget about the also expressive eyes. How about Machop's legs and feet? Oop. Was that obvious? I'm sorry about that. And now the head for Machop. Machamp? He's a champ. There we go. And now time for the Joker. Business suit. Nothing that flashy. The calves with shoes. The bow tie on the laces of the shoe. And the suit jacket. One arm. With the hand. Other arm. The jacket is bigger than the arm. And what's it called? The lapel? I might be wrong about that term. I am no I'm no fashionista myself. A bow tie. And how about the head is next? With a big ear-to-ear smile. And whoops. And the hair. And the eye. Oh wait, hold on. The neck too. And an inner shirt. There you go. Gengar being his first Pokemon. He has an Arbok here. A Machamp. Wobbuffet. Cloyster. And he's been known to work with an Okidogi. The Okidogi has not done a bad thing a day in its life. And because it's a hard world out there, the Joker has traveling companions. One of them being a crush girl, a kind of martial artist. So let's just draw them right now. The torso, the legs, the traps, and the arm. The arms. There we go. The leg. Trying to show that they are focus, that they are jumping into the air. All you need to do is focus on the drawing, and everything will be fine. One fist in the air, kind of like an uppercut. And one arm just in front. The neck. And the head. With some kind of padded helmet on. One eye, two eyes, and a mouth. And so the front of the foot too. There you go. The Crush Girl's first Pokemon will be a Marowak. So let's do the body. Using the bone or club in a close range way instead of throwing it immediately. And now the skull for the head. You can always make this bigger if we would like, which I think I will. One arm and two arms. And that's one leg. Maybe that leg's going back as well. Two legs. Let's finish up this head. Mask, skull, however you would like to understand it. And now the eye. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Don't know how much of that you actually caught. But we got the bone, the legs, arms, and the head. Another Pokemon that they will have is Farfetch'd. Let's start with the body this time. The body, the head, and the bill. There we go. With a V on top, and a few tufts of hair or feathers. A wing, holding celery. Another wing. One feather, two feathers, three feathers. And now the other foot. Maybe it's jumping as well. Who knows? One, two. Let's make the toes a little more clear. One, two, three. There we go. One, two, three. It's got a little tail. Maybe this little piece can show that. And for the last Pokemon that they have is a cute Tinkatink. Again, not all has to be from the same generation. Body. Behind Farfetch'd? Why not? Big arm. One, two, three fingers. And it is holding some kind of hammer. Or club, if you would like. Whoops. There we go. Seems like it has a design on it. The head is big and round, with some hair on it. And some kind of ponytail too. It has what seems to be a gem in the front of it, and some sort of triangular feet. Let's make it smiling too. Let's try and make this a little bit more clear. The mouth I'm talking about. And the eyes. This eye is partially blocked. And there you go. First Pokemon, Marowak, a Farfetch'd, and from another generation, a Tinkatink. And now let's ink. One arm for the Marowak, another arm, back of the club, the body, and the leg, and foot. Leg and foot. And now, time for the skull, mask, hat, however you would like to understand it as. Let's do Farfetch'd next. 1 feather, 2 feathers, 3 feathers for the wing. A largely round body. 2, 3 toes. 1, 2, 3 toes. This wing is covering and holding the stalk, celery, whatever you'd like to call it. The bill with the nice smile, and the eye. The V on the forehead, hair tufts, feather tufts. And there you go, Farfetch'd. Time for Tinkatink. One hand with 3 fingers. This arm is partially blocked, but that's okay. Time for the hammer with a design on it. The feet. Try and not make it be an agony of the feet. A gem or something in the center, and a pretty round body. The head, the hair bangs, maybe it's bangs. Some high piece of hair, and hair falling down. The eyes, 1 and 2. And the mouth, there we go. You can perhaps make this a little more obvious that it's 2 different pieces. And now the Crush Girl. 1 arm. 2 arms, that is up. 1 leg is kind of going behind. And the other leg is down. The neck. Chin. And head. It's got some martial arts helmet going on. Or at least I'm thinking my character does. 1 eye. The other eye is partially blocked. Not quite a smile on their face. And a tank top. It's not 1 piece, it's 2 pieces. And there you go. Crush Girl. With a Marowak, a Farfetch'd, and a Tinkatink. And for the second companion for the Joker is going to be a painter, so that they can paint the town red. 1 foot, or 1 leg and foot. 2 feet. And they carry buckets of paint. Because this side I'm going to try and make closer, and this side further away. This side should be smaller, if I'm not mistaken. Smaller and shorter. Smaller and shorter? I think that's about right. Here we go. 1 side of the body, and the arm, and for the other arm, and the other side of the body too. And the shoes, maybe Crocs. Some dots to make it look like it is very holy. The neck, and the head. Nothing wrong if someone is balding, I'd say. 1 eye, the nose, and a big old smile. What do they wear besides a pants and a long sleeve shirt? You know what? Let's let's maybe do this a little bit. Hide this paint bucket behind the other person, behind the person. And there you go. That's the painter. Their first and original Pokemon is the Blastoise. Big body. Try and keep each one separated. Separated here, separated here. Big body. A Mega Blastoise, to be more precise. So they can reach high up with their cannons, you know, to paint. Let's perhaps make it more like this. There we go. The head goes about here with another big smile. Because these are just happy people, really. Happy people with happy Pokemon. One ear and the eye. The other arm for the cannon to reach the red paint. We just gotta focus on the drawing. That's it. And everything else will come in time. One leg and the foot. Two legs and three toes. And there you go. Mega Blastoise. Another Pokemon that they have is the oh-so colorful Muck. Let's put Muck down here. Just a big sludge pile. With one hand, right here, with some nails. The mouth, and again, nails or stones for teeth. Come on and focus on the drawing. Some stones in the body, the eye, and the waves of the sludge. And the last Pokemon that they have is a Smeargle, to be more precise in their painting of the town red. Where shall I put it? I'm running out of space, unfortunately. Up here, sitting on the Blastoise. Why not? One leg and two legs. One leg, two leg, and the feet. Don't make it be an agony, though. Arms are pretty simple like noodles. One and two. And the tail with a big bushy tail. Time for the head. Big head with a hat on top. The eyes. There we go. And it's got ears as well. There you go. Smeargle, Mega Blastoise, and a Alolan Muck with a painter as a trainer. Now, let's ink. One leg and foot. The torso with the tail. Big bushy tail. One hand and two hands. I might not be the greatest artist, but I at least try. Pretty much the whole body is done, the arms, and now the head and ear, and the little hat, or maybe hair, because that's also on top of people's head. It does have some designs though. Around the neck, bands on the arms, but we can't really see it because of the tail. And bands on the feet. Not the agony though. Next, let's ink Muck. One arm up with a nail of stone, another nail of stone. Big stony smile. Doesn't need to be exact, as long as you know what you're doing. And if others don't like it, well, that's their bad then. The eye and the waves of sludge. The waves of sludge. Some more stones in the muck. There you go. Alolan Muck, Smeargle. Let's work on the Blastoise next. The cannon for the arm, to paint the town red. The other cannon for the other arm. The torso or shell. The shin with toes. The other side of the shell. Big cannon on top so the paint can reach high. The cannon on top to reach the top buildings. The ear. The head with a big smile. And the eye. Got some more inking to do here. That's good enough, I'll say. And now for the trainer. The pants and the shoes. Crocs, so they got holes in them. And the paint buckets. With paint dripping down. The red paint, you know what I'm talking about. So they can paint the town red together. All three of them. One arm and the hand. Let's give them a belt as well. With a smile on their face. Who doesn't want to be happy? They got some buttons on their shirt. They have at least some hair. And their ear. Don't forget an eye. There you go. Painter class, showing the buckets of the red paint. Blastoise, their first Pokemon. Mega Blastoise to be specific. Smeargle, and an Alolan Muck. For the different colors. And now, let us erase. You can always add the minor details after this, or use a white ink, whiteout, or whatever one has, to erase even more, or to ink more, if you so choose to. I'm not saying you have to do anything here. You can watch, you can draw along. It's really up to you. I think I will be inking just a tad bit more. Adding some more details. Let's work on this one, the Smeargle. How do I think I would rate this video? Could be for anyone, kids or adults. I try and be a little more sensitive to ages in my videos, depending on the character that is being used, on the actor or actress and their scripts. But yes, that's pretty much done now. Let's get to inking a little more. Over here, let's do the hair. You can always use the eraser again. There we go. You really see what you are missing once you erase. Some more for the separation of biceps and triceps. The shoulders. Wobbuffet's mouth. I might add some more to the Blastoise and Marowak. Okay, let's add more detail to Marowak. It's got some kind of a defined belly and a tail. And it has some designs running down the front, some lines. There you go. I hope I caught that. And let's work on Blastoise next. Mega Blastoise, to be more precise. The legs a little more. And this leg. It also has, again, some lines running across it. Whoops. I might not have shown this piece that I added up here. 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. 3 trainers with the Joker as the main character. These 2 at the end, they don't need to have a full 6 Pokemon because they're not as important as a main character. And if the Joker was a gym trainer, what would his gym badge be? How about the Smile badge? Because he's a fun guy, isn't he? And let's ink that as well. The outline, showing the separation of the teeth, and just a few individual teeth, randomly placed. And there you go. The Smile badge. It's not necessarily a type of Pokemon that he uses. It's more what they have in common. And that commonality is the smile. And with that, that is the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and until next time.